What's up, everybody? Welcome to Match My Energy. It's your boy, Dennis Lee.
Hey, Jamaal Caleb.
Man, we've got a good one. We got a good one today. First off, how you feeling?
Pretty good, man. Another week. The weather here is kind of like taking a turn back to the winter or fall here. It's not really a true winter here in Georgia, but
Right.
getting a little bit colder. It's been raining a little bit, so just been chilling. So how about you, man? How the week been?
Man. So up here, we had summer. We had a little more summer. And now we in winter. I don't
Damn.
know. I don't know what just happened. I don't know why 2 weeks ago or the week before last week, it was about 89, 92 a couple days. It was getting a little breezy at 79. And this week we getting 37s.
Oh wow.
We get a high of 45 today.
I do not miss it, man. I do not miss it. I think we got let me check. We got a high of 78. So yeah, you can still, finesse some shorts down here still. But yeah, I don't miss the 30-degree weather,
Man,
high winds.
yeah, the wind's been kicking my butt, man. I'm telling you, like, the wind makes it way worse. I feel it moving the car. It's a lot. But anyways, man, I wanted to start off the show first and foremost. This past week, we lost a big one. We lost Takeoff, RIP Takeoff. I just want to start off with that.
Yeah, RP.
And 1/3 of the Migos. The Migos, for the people who've been living under a rock, they're probably one of the biggest, most influential groups, I think, in modern hip hop. They formulated this new style. They made a lot of people think they were like mumble rappers. But I think for people that ain't like from the South, and we just hear the accent or whatever, or the beats coming in hard, or they have the repetitive hooks in the beginning, it was very quick and easy to just go, oh, they're just going da 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 da. When in reality, maybe the hook was something simple like that, but I think the other two members, Offset and Quavo, would even say when it came to spitting, when it came to being lyrical, when it comes to actually rapping, if you actually took the time to listen instead of just judging like a lot of people did, a lot of like hip hop purists or something like that, they would realize, Takeoff is taking off right now. Like,
one of them ones.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. And then even, because a lot of people, one thing that they do when people die, they go and first of all, I saw it's kind of weird where people were going and following him after he passed, and I was like, well, I mean, he's not gonna.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I
else.
never knew the purpose of people following people who passed away.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
Like, you think he's gonna be like, oh, hey guys, I made it. Thanks for following me. I'm back. Like,
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like if somebody take over that page and they start doing stuff, but I don't see that happening in that scenario. So
I can see that a little bit. But yeah, man, I guess. So what you think? I mean, how do you feel about, especially with you being from Georgia?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. I'm gonna say how I got introduced to the Migos. It first was started in college for me, freshman year. I was on campus, Georgia Southern. That's what everybody's playing. They started playing Migos when I was there. They mixtape was just out. It was hitting hard. When I first started hearing them, I was kind of like you, or like how people think mumble rap, and they got some fire ass ad libs. That's what I took from it. I was one of those that kind of got to them late, actually later, not really late, but later. Like people was like, yeah, the Migos this, Migos that. I was like, they cool. They got some nice ad-libs. They ain't really saying too much right now, but it's a
Right, right.
vibe at the club or a vibe at the in the car or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I saw a post they was talking about the songs that they put us on. It was like Versace, Hannah Montana, Fight Night,
Oof.
uh Handsome and Wealthy. Yeah, so those are the songs like it was hitting hard in the college days. Um but yeah, man, I think from coming from like for them being in Georgia, like they was definitely they had the city on lock for a minute, especially Atlanta.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I mean, especially like now when they had like the State Farm on the Hawks court. Yeah, they had a huge thing with them and
Oh yeah.
Trey Young and stuff like that. So but yeah, I mean it hits hard. I think people got to start reevaluating certain situations they in. Don't take life for granted for sure. I think
Yeah.
that's what's the biggest takeaway for me is. Um, yeah, man. What about you, man? Tell me your first introduction to Migos. Like, what is your like? I'm pretty
Okay.
sure everybody can remember like the spot they was at, location, or
Man, let me tell you. All right. So I was in the Navy. I was in the Navy, and I remember. So here's the thing: what makes the Migos even harder for me, because I normally like more lyrical. I'm big J. Cole fan, so I like the more lyrical stuff. I like to sit there and kind of, I like that. I like the double, triple entendres. I love rap and hip hop,
Mhm.
but sometimes I think time and place of when you hear a person or hear something can play a big part in the rest of your viewing of them.
Mhm.
So for me, I remember coming home on leave, and I was in this special program basically uh where I like defended civilian ships from like pirates and terrorists and stuff. I was whatever about that. But I say all that to say that even though I was a lower ranking person, I was
Mhm.
getting paid extra money because of this job.
Okay.
And while I was on missions doing all this, I barely touched any of my money.
Mm.
So I go out to sea for like 4 months, 5 months. And then it came time for me to get my leave. 14 months. I spent 14 months in the desert over there in Bahrain. And they're finally like, hey, you can take leave. You can go home. What was it? September, I think. Yeah, September. So it was like right after my birthday. I just turned 20. And so that was back when, like, if you drank, you had to like pregame and you had to, drink
Mhm.
before you went to the club because you got to have the X on you. And now you can't, drink in the clubs or whatever. And actually, no, I had just turned 21. This is the year when I was taking terminal leave. So I was finally getting to leave this duty station. I've been over there for 2 years and I was turning 21. So I went in August. And so it's my birthday. Turning 21. We done pregame with my little brother and my older cousin. And I'd never heard them before. Like I said, I was in the middle of the ocean. I heard some of the stuff I would hear, but I would go look for mixtapes of people I already knew. So I'm
Yeah.
listening to the Meek Mill. I'm listening, this person, that person. I'm hearing little whisperings of this song, Versace, a little bit, but I don't really know who they are. I get to the club, and I remember just being in there, already feeling hype. It's my birthday. People walking up to me. Oh yeah, I heard it's your birthday, man. Happy birthday, bro. People trying to buy me drinks. I'm like, not yet. Let me get fill the scene out. And like I said, I had all that money in my bank account. Now,
Mm.
when you ain't never had money before, when you ain't never had money before, man,
It gets different.
having 20 racks, I think I had like 25 racks in my bank account felt different. And then they play Handsome and Wealthy in the club. I got the fresh cut, waves going, got a couple chains on, got my Gucci belt on.
Hey, you feel yourself?
I'm the fourth Migo now.
Oh my God.
I am the who are these people on these speakers? Let me get a round of drinks for two people. I wasn't about to do what I was thinking at first.
I was about to say
Drinks
you
for
ain't got too many drinks in you.
yeah.
Hey, hold
That's
on now. Hold on now.
That song turned me up, man. I was like, yo, who are these people? And I ain't have what's it called, Shazam on my phone or nothing. I was like, who? Everybody else looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, you ain't heard the Migos? You ain't heard that? I'm like, I don't know what this is, but these dudes. And then I just felt like the energy of the club going up, going crazy. Everybody.
That's what I say. The location that you heard it from, man. That's the thing as well. It's like you was in a club environment when you first listened to it.
Yes,
Really listened to it.
Oh man! And so going back. I'm at home now. Now I'm looking up all the other stuff. Let me see everything Migo. everything Migos. Let me figure this out.
All right, when you first, did you know there was 3 people in the group?
No. I was like, well, because I heard the Migos, and I was like, I don't know, are these Mexicans or I don't know. Like, this song is hard. I have no idea where they're from, what they look like, how many people. Is it just 2 dudes? Is it one calling himself? I was like, no, there's a guy named Migos. I don't know, I guess.
Right.
Man. And I was like, oh, he switched his voice up on that part. Okay, all right. I ain't know nothing. All I knew is I was turned up. This is the best song. This song set like sometimes when you go to the club, there's this point where everybody's kind of chilling. And then like there's like a beginning of like a DJ set or something. There's some turning point in the club back in the day where for the next 40 minutes, everybody's on the same page, dang near. We all just having fun, dancing. This is back in 2013, 2012, 2013, one of them.
Yeah.
And man, and it just like it set off the club. And from then on, man, I dove in. I wouldn't like I would listen to them when it was time to turn up. Or if I felt like, okay, or before basketball games and stuff like that. Like
that's basically what people was using for. It was like a pregame playlist. Right. It was always on that. And then if you was in the club, you was gonna hear them as well. So
and then in the weight room, like
pretty much like it's a hype playlist. So as such.
And so man, this it's crazy. And then like if you listen to his solo album, so I know like a lot of people went back and listened to The Last Rocket. This man could have made about 3-4 more and been one of them. When I listen to this, I'm like, yo, he really kind of spitting, and the transitions, the way the songs were put together, the way he switched it up for certain beats. I don't know, man. He just was the more complete. He was the more complete Migo to me. So
he kind of went under the not the radar, but like it was kind of underrated on the group. People also said that he was one of the more quiet ones. He was kind of to himself. Right. He liked his music, and I know he also liked talk about shoes. Love shoes as well. So I saw him on a couple of like episodes like Complex where he was talking about his shoes and his upbringing on how to get shoes and what he deemed is great to him and his city and stuff like that. So
and he funny.
Yeah, he cool. Like
the way he would say the stuff,
bro. He like naturally funny. Like he ain't trying to go too hard. He's like, I'm just gonna say what I want to say, and then people just laughing. So it's like, I don't know. Man, it's a tough one, man. But let's on a more positive note, if you think it's positive, we gonna go over to the next organization. What a mess.
First off, yo, I got to give props where props are due.
Okay.
You called it.
Yeah.
You called it. As soon as I saw that news, I was like, first off, okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Nash, let's get into it. Steve Nash is out.
Yeah.
As a coach, after 7 games, they went 2-5. And now they looking for different coach. They have an interim coach now that was on the assistant coach.
Right. The way they be doing that, yeah.
Yeah, they just like, hey, take over the team real quick. We're trying to find somebody to replace you, but take over the team, hold it down. Right now, they got Ime Udoka, former Celtics coach. He was suspended.
Yeah.
For has stuff going on with the organization with the Celtics. So I'm like, so the question that I'm posing here is like, one, do you think Steve Nash should have stayed longer? And two, do you think Ime, one, is the right coach, and two, is it like too soon to bring him in? Like he already came, he already had a
because of the punishment.
dysfunctional
Yeah.
situation. Now he's coming to another dysfunctional organization.
Right. Like, well, I guess it's kind of like, okay, so I guess to address first the Steve Nash aspect of this. When it comes to Steve Nash, is it too soon? So we're 7 games in, but also we're coming off of last season. We're coming off of how he is as a coach as well. And or not even just that, because I think we talked about this a little bit last week or on the last episode. Like we said, like sometimes being a good player, a good point guard sometimes doesn't translate. And I'm not saying that, and I've been thinking about that a little bit more. I think that it's also, can the players respect you? Do the players look at you as, because when you think of a coach, even going back to little league to middle school, high school, whatever, they're that person you look up to for on the court, off the court, for, help me get out of this situation. What do I do?
Right. And then not to cut you off, but Kyrie and KD already said, like, we don't even need a coach. Like before Steve Nash, they was like, well, we really can coach ourselves. We really don't need a coach. And I'm like, that's at the tone already.
So there's that. And it's like, you're not a person that these people look at and respect, because yes, they may think we can just go out there and play pickup basketball. No, you can't. First off, I'm going to say that I don't care if you're Kyrie. I don't care if you're KD. That's the reason why there's teams like, I don't know, the Spurs. Well, not now, but, like when they were on their run, on their tear, where they just kept coming back. You're like, okay, nothing seems super flashy or too extravagant about the Spurs.
Yeah.
But they keep being here. What is it? They're coaching. Greg Popovich is a great coach. He's a great leader. He's a great man on and off the court. So people go to him and say, yo, coach, I need help with this. I need help with, or when he says, hey, you need to do, and gets on them a little bit, they're not like, who is this dude think he talking to?
Yeah, it's a coach and your organization. So your coach leads, but your organization has to also be on the same board at the same time. Like that's the thing. I feel like it's with some teams you can't just have a good coach in place, but your organization's trash. So where people can be like, I can skip the head coach and go directly to the GM or somebody and try to get some change done, trying to overstep the coach. I feel like everybody got to be aligned. Yeah, everybody got to be in line. That's the thing. And the Nets is just so all over the place. I just don't see them. I don't see them doing anything, even with whoever they bring in. But Steve Nash, to me, I feel like it was. To me, I feel like it's too soon because.
Yeah, because everybody's kind of sucking right now.
Because it's like when the Nets, when Katie was trying to get traded, he was talking about getting Steve Nash and Josiah out in the summer. So how come they didn't evaluate moving Steve Nash then? And so they stick with him during the summertime. So they was like, hey, let's see how the beginning of the season go start. It starts slow. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on as well. So I'm like, to me, I feel like if you're gonna do it, I'll say 20 games in. I think that would be a good meter to see what's going on, because who knows? Because now they have this. I think the teams they're playing is not like super crazy, so they could potentially went on like a little tear, like two games here, 3 games here, win streak, and their record might look better or more pleasing. But I feel like they was waiting for like the opportunity to be like, okay, this looks like it's the lowest it's gonna get early. Let's go ahead and just scratch Steve Nash because we're trying to get him out.
Right.
Anyway.
And we don't want to lose KD. We don't want KD to feel too frustrated. So they're almost trying to do too much to accommodate him.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like they also try to do like they try to keep a steady firm on the situation to say like we still in control. We don't let our players kind of run the organization. So if they had fired Steve Nash, as soon as he said we wanted him, as soon as he had trade requests and Steve Nash said, and he said he wanted Steve Nash out, I don't see like if the Nets had said, okay, Steve Nash, boom, you out because KD said so. Then it looks
Right.
like KD runs this. So there's like, we gonna fire Steve. I think that everybody was like, we still want Steve Nash out, but we want to fire him on our own terms, not on KD's term.
We don't want it to look like it's all about the image and all that. So yes, was it too soon? I think that, like you said, if they didn't do it before, they should have waited. To see, I mean, because right now a lot of teams are in this weird beginning of the season type of adjustment period.
This is the most backwards season. Like the first start of it, like you never, like the teams you think that are going crazy right now, you didn't see that. Like Utah Jazz, like who saw the Utah Jazz going crazy?
Yeah, they've been pretty consistent over the past few years, but the tear that they're going on is very unexpected for sure.
Losing Rudy and Donovan, I'm like, you didn't see them like coming out like this now.
Right.
So.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's pretty big.
Yeah.
But potentially adding Ime. So again with that one, I don't know. I don't know too much about that. I know that like because of how serious the rules that he broke were, it's almost like, yeah, they should have just had him on the back burner. You don't get to do nothing. But with that only being a Celtics thing and not an NBA-wide thing, I guess if they say, you know what, you're almost going to be too much problem, too much, we kind of want to just cut ties with you. Because right now they would kind of be petty in a bit. Like in like the Celtics would be kind of petty of just going, yeah, we just don't want you to get no money.
Even if I was like, if you violated a policy and then they give you a punishment of suspension for 1 year, why flip it and say now we'll give you the opportunity to interview different teams instead of serving out suspension
for us?
Yeah, I was like, but why you don't serve out this suspension and then be like, hey, you still available? Like you don't like. He still had a contract with the Celtics after that suspension after 1 year, but after the year suspension, he could be like, take cut ties then after he served that. If that was a true punishment. But I mean, I also think like while the Nets looking at Ime, is it because he got the Celtics to the finals? Is that the because I'm like, I don't see Ime changing the Nets to the point where they are a championship contender as soon as he's the coach of that franchise.
Yeah, it almost could be. See, and I hate to even bring this aspect of it to it, but
Let's talk about it.
But I think okay, well, we're gonna dive in. So one of the things that I think that subconsciously or not saying was they almost didn't respect this. Like as cool as Steve Nash is, he was still just like some younger because he's like 40 something. But this younger white dude trying to tell me what to do. Man, I used to hoop against you, bro. You ain't it may have that. Now, even with Ime being only a few years older than KD, or even, around the same age as some of the older players, he still kind of got they could just have, okay, this is a brother. We already got that unspoken bond type of thing. So we'll feel more comfortable with him. Maybe it'll make him want to win more because now we don't want to make buddy look bad. We doing this for you. I mean, of course we're doing it for us, but if we win, if we look good, we get to help you get redeemed. Because maybe, because yes, a lot of people are going, hey, what he did was bad. That's horrible, blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot of dudes in the NBA that are going, bro, we all be cheating. Or, bro, we be hooking up with this one and that one, but it ain't came out. And it's not going to come out because we was a little bit more tighter with our stuff. It sucks that happened with you. But
a lot of other players got the same sentiment.
Yeah, we doing the same thing. So how could I be mad at you?
The only thing is, unless Kyrie and KD endorse Ime of coming to the NBA and the coach, I can see that perspective. If the Nets are saying Ime brought the Celtics to the finals, let's bring him to the Nets. I think that's the aspect they're coming from. Because it's also like, now you said about playing against, white guys on the court and stuff like that. But I'm like, Steve Nash is also a proven NBA top guard. So it's like, I feel like they would have given him more respect.
And that's what I thought too.
Because he's actually a former NBA player. So I'm like, I don't know. For me, I
That's
feel
what
like they would have gave him more respect, but to me, it
And I
don't seem
thought
like
us
they
as
don't
black
care.
people like Steve Nash. I thought we loved that dude. Cause I did. I thought Steve Nash was like one of the ones, like a bird that we like, yo, man, we mess with him over there. Or, I thought he was one of them. So
He's nice. I mean, to me, I feel like like I said last time, he wasn't ready. I feel like he was more solidified as a coach. He would have been in a better system playing. Like he already played. Now he's
right.
under somebody in a coaching system, and now he's able to take over the team. But coming from the play to that, he just didn't. It was tough to. It's tough to
switch up your job. Yeah,
and it's also tough to coach superstars. It's even tougher to coach Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, like that job.
Kyrie, even the KD for sure. I mean,
but I feel like KD's still gonna be like, he ain't gonna. I don't know.
He just want to hoop.
Yeah,
he just want to hoop. You can tell that, and without getting into anything, because I really don't feel like it. But KD or Kyrie is you can tell basketball is like number 4 on his priority list. Which, okay, sure, rightfully so. Think there's a lot more things out there, and I'm not going to tell a man to shut up and dribble,
Yeah.
Because there's bigger things at bay for him, and I get it. But there's even some, like, he's kind of got some petty to him, man. Like, I mean, allegedly, a lot more people have said this, but I still just say allegedly for sense of the statement. Going into Steve Nash's house and saying, where Kobe Bryant's MVP trophies is crazy. Listen,
hey, that's wild.
I agree, but yo, man, let this man live in his moment, man. Like,
yeah. Hey, if I'm Steve Nash, to say it's right over there,
yeah,
and it's staying right there.
It's staying right there. You see the name? See the name on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture all you want to, but it's staying right here.
Yeah, like that's, and you see, MVP. If I went over to your house, where would I find them? Like, I don't know. Maybe I would say some crazy stuff right back, but
yeah, I don't know, because
you can. So like, even saying stuff like that, you can tell he don't fully like. They don't respect him, and I think number one, respect goes a long way. I don't care if it's your manager at T-Mobile or something serious, like just man to man.
Exactly.
So if I don't respect you, why do I care what you calling? Even if you saying, yo, this play will 100% work. If you run this scheme against them, I've watched 22 hours of film on the Warriors. I know that you got to come off just like this, and this will help us win. I don't care. I don't respect you, sir.
But if he did, and then
what I'm saying?
It's like, if you disrespecting your coach or disrespecting your teammates publicly, what are you talking about privately to other teammates and people, like in your circle, be like, man, I really don't mess with Steve Nash at all, man. Like, he trash. And it's like, yeah, that could be, he could be saying so much worse to his teammates, be like, hey, man, next time Steve Nash right up this play, ignore him. Just look at me. We gonna run this.
We gonna do that. Yeah. And he may not, and that's the thing. So think about this. Okay, so I don't think Cam Thomas is getting that much clout. But either way, like, there's young people coming into the league. Kyrie and KD have been in the league long enough to where a lot of the players that are coming into the league have probably worn their shoes to school, especially like a KD, but like have had them, posters up there, watched YouTube clips of them over and over. They love these dudes. So when your hero or some dude that you've been looking up to since forever goes, no, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you, Kyrie.
Kyrie got more pull than Steve Nash to them.
Yeah,
to some 19, 20-year-old coming into the league, Kyrie gonna have more pull, because as much as Steve Nash was that dude before Kyrie ever entered into the league, entered into middle school, Steve Nash was that dude. He gave us headaches.
Yeah.
Dude, I know that, but I'm 31. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does some 20-year-old really know about a Steve Nash? Even if you go and watch highlights, you got to search them up. You're not watching him on Sports Center and on that every single day. You watching Kyrie go crazy English all over the backboard, scoring, dropping three, doing what he does. So I'm going to listen to him over that. And if Kyrie don't like you, I may not like you. And that's how that happened. You know what I'm saying? So let's say Ime come in, they do the little, what's up, brother? All right, King, did it, all that, and now they see that and they bond or whatever happens, They let them know, hey, brother, I got you, everything will be cool. I got some good plays set up. I feel you. Hey, thank y'all for humbly letting me have this chance. Now they could turn it around. And it's on him, I think, to show, because I guess we're going to see if he actually learned from this. Because some people will get like way too much punishment or they'll get not enough punishment. But I think it's whether you learn from it. If you immediately learn from it, then you're just serving out the punishment. You understand it, you get it. But if you didn't, you're like, man, whatever. All I did was smash some girl or whatever, blah, blah, blah. It ain't my fault. It just so happened to be so-and-so's wife or whatever, whoever she was, because they're keeping her name, kind of low.
But I think, okay, like if the Nets do sign, I don't know how to say sign, but hire the coach Ime, I feel like they definitely gonna have to have some stipulations in the contract.
Oh yeah,
like nothing, like if any whisper or something happens, like that's it. There's no like. That's why I feel it got to be explicit, like stated in the contract before they sign off on this dude, because like we don't know if he has a history or a pattern or something like that. So
right. It's just what we heard. Yeah,
we don't want it to be the next franchise where like, yeah, another situation happened here. We didn't have no safeguards up for this guy. Now, do we suspend him for another year, or should we just go ahead and let him go? Like, you don't want to have another
he can't coach in this league. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, one, you already got a whole bunch going on with your players. You don't want your coach to have something else going on as well. So it's like, you definitely need to, I think they need to evaluate that and make sure this is the right fit for him. Because to me, I was like, if you unsure about Ime, just let the interim be there for the rest of the season and then go back into the coaching pool, because other coaches may be available, assistant coaches might be available after the season's up. Depends on how teams do. So I'm like, you might have a better
coach with less stains on his shirt. Yeah.
He might be a worse coach, but he just has, he can do what we need to do for right now. We don't have to have somebody that needs to, go crazy for us right now. So
with the players, the personnel you have, you don't need a Phil Jackson or Greg Popovich or Pat Riley type of coach. You can
you just need somebody to fill in and get it done.
You can have a Mike Brown or them coaches that we was like, man, is he really even coaching? You could have one of them and just kind of, hey, y'all try to run this one or this one of them cool, chill ones, because KD, Kyrie they gonna do what they gonna do, and they got help, but ish. But
and then I mean, like, we always talking about like KD and Kyrie, and that's all I'm gonna say is we don't know Kyrie gonna be there next year. That's all I gotta say.
We don't. Yeah. Without talking too much,
he got so much going on. We don't know. We just, I doubt that he gonna be like, he might not even be the league next year type.
Right. So. That's real. And like I said, either way, it already seems like basketball is like number 4, number 5 on his priority list. Like, and that's
it really is.
So
it really is.
Whether he wants to, if he does leave the league now, he still has a good he has a great career to say, yo, I did my thing out there. So most people don't even get to say some stuff that he does. Most people never reach where he's reached so far. So even if he does leave, hey,
but he'll definitely be a Hall of Fame. But
I think the extracurricular stuff might bring him out, the politics of it. So that's how that goes.
Okay, his on the court performance would have given him
for sure
Hall of Fame. Whether he gets voted in or not, we'll have to see.
Yeah, top. I mean, when we talk about top 5 point guards of all time, we could probably mess around, and especially if we say top 5 scoring point guards. If we say top 5 scoring point guards, we can say that. We can say that discussion for another time. But I started thinking, like, hold on.
I was like, we about to get into him right now. I was like, let me get this list going, because you.
All right. Let's quick brainstorm. A quick 5.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it like this. Name top 5 better than him.
Magic, Isaiah Thomas, Curry, if we putting him as a point guard. Let's see. Chris Paul. Now we might even put like a Steve Nash or somebody in there. I got to think about some other point guards. I don't. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do a little research on that one. But I think those for sure. I don't know, but Steve Nash is a tough one. I wouldn't put Steve Nash over Kyrie though.
I couldn't. Okay, so dang. Chris Paul does get a lot of. See, and here's another thing. So, okay, I might bump him out. I might bump Kyrie out, and I know I was just saying that. So, like, just for discussion, he could be definitely in the top 10, but I would probably even say prime when we're talking about point guard. All the things that position has to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, if we said a scoring point guard, that's a whole different list.
Yeah.
And he would go pretty high on that because there's almost no way to stop him. Inside, out, outside, whatever. But full point guard, I would even go Rondo goes before him.
I'll give you that one. I also had John Stockton as another one. Because I don't know, as a true point guard, John was cold too. That's all I'm like, as a true point guard. And then I'm looking at the list now. They also have Oscar Robertson and then Westbrook, if you count him as a point guard.
So would you say Westbrook? Wait, would you say Westbrook is better than Kyrie?
Not as a point guard, but no, I wouldn't put Westbrook up there.
Because I know he normalized. I wouldn't put Westbrook. A triple-double.
The triple-double is tough. That's the thing. Because, like, as a point guard, now, if he's listed as a point guard, getting a triple-double, come on now.
Right.
3 years in a row, come on now.
He made it to where we're like, oh, he's got a triple-double. Wow. Like, I mean, you don't realize how hard it is.
Those triple-doubles got him to the NBA 75.
Yeah.
And who was left off? Kyrie Irving.
But
I know that's politics and stuff, but it ain't like.
And on top of that, we ain't even got to go too deep into this, but I hate the criteria for the NBA 75 list. First off, we can't kick none of these dudes off.
That's what I was saying. It need to be adjusted every 25 years whenever they do it.
Because like if we put these people in some like time machine game playing thing, a lot of these players not stacking up.
Yeah.
Who is Dave Bing?
I need those answers now. But because they just, I don't know.
Kyrie ain't make it. Dwight Howard.
Now that's the one I'm mad about.
Dwight Howard ain't make that list.
A menace. And imagine people forget, man. I think because of his demeanor, his antics on the court and stuff like that.
But when you think about it, what are his antics?
That's what I'm saying. It's like just his perception of him being goofy, not taking the game serious. But he ain't take the game serious. He getting Defensive Player of the Year
3 years in a row. Also, I remember being a kid and being like, "Why is this dude built like this?" When he first came into the league, so after a while, everyone talked about the white shoulders. You know, like
he was super skinny. He was super skinny. All he do was bench press or whatever. Like all he was doing. Like working on his shoulders.
I feel like he did all side raises. All
and I'm
day.
like,
no, but the thing is, he was way more complete than that. Yes, he had that, but also he kept getting older and he kept jumping the way he was jumping from the beginning and coming back from back surgeries.
Yep.
Back surgeries where you're going to struggle to walk, let alone play 82 games as a center. You getting banged around. Dude, I remember when I first gained 30 pounds. Everybody treated me. I'm only 6'1". Everybody started treating me like my body was made out of metal. What, big man? What? You can't take a little elbow? Well, yes, because my skin is still skin, bro. Like, you can't elbow me in the neck and be like, what, you buff, so it shouldn't hurt. So think about how they treat sinners.
Hey, Dwight Howard, when he had those arm sleeves, that's when the arm sleeves were really crazy. Bro, his arms, bro, oh my God.
That's so
crazy.
It takes a lot of discipline, period, to build your body up to be like that.
And maintain it.
And maintain over this long. He's been, it's been 18 years, 19?
Yeah. And
he came in right after LeBron.
He was just talking on Shannon Sharp podcast, talking about why, he a free agent now, but he can be on a championship contender team come off the bench as a center or even start as a center and get some rebounds and some picks. Because he was talking about if he was to join the Warriors, the picks that he was set, like people still gonna get stuck on a screen.
Set by Dwight Howard. 3 to 5 business days to get around him when he sets a pick.
Like, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there next week.
Go ahead, shoot.
I'm gonna get to
it. Like, man. So yeah, man. Like the criteria for that was crazy. The people that's left off, but random tangent.
Yeah, I know. We kind of took
random tangent, man. But yeah, speaking of which, how crazy it is with all these point guards and stuff like that. Like, I mean, so with the Warriors, I wanted to kind of shift a little bit on how we were already talking about how weird the beginning of the league is, the beginning of the season of the league is.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it looking kind of weird for them? I mean, I still have them making it to the finals, but it is weird and shocking to see them take losses to, was that the Magic and the Pelicans?
Magic and Pelicans. All I got to say,
what?
I love to see it. I do not like the Warriors, so I'm loving them lose.
Yo,
love
honestly,
seeing them. We just played them. Miami played them like a week and a half ago. We played them twice. We split, so they won the first, we won the second game, and I just love seeing them lose. Now, honestly, Curry, Clay, this is their coming to the end of their run. I think they still got like maybe 3 to 4 years still in them
of that super prime.
Right. So this is like still their window. So I was like, for me, loving the game of basketball, I do want to see them maximize their prime still. But at the same time, I'm like, it's about that time. I was like, I'm tired of the Warriors. But I mean, after this championship, I think they had so much high expectations, and that's what's kind of weighing on them right now. The young players, I mean, they still look good. I don't think it's something like drastic where it's like, oh man, they're not gonna make playoffs. Like we all still see them being deep in the playoffs, being a decent team or a straight team in the conference finals, and maybe make it back to the finals. But to see some struggles, I think it is good because it doesn't look like it makes the league a little bit more exciting again. I was like, hey, any team can go into the Warriors building and still get a win. It's not like
it's not as boogeyman. Yeah,
it's not like the Warriors going to come and we just lost their games. They're just going to go and go to the next one and don't even worry about them. So I think it is surprising. Like I said, I didn't see it coming out this bad of a start because I don't know. It depends on a different coach. If a new coach was in that situation, they'd be looking at a lot different too. We talked about coaches earlier. If another coach was there, that it wasn't what's the guy name? Steve Kerr. I feel like a different coach would have been talked a lot more because right now nobody's talking about the coaching situation with Steve Kerr because he got it done with that squad already. So it's like
multiple times, man.
Let's get him over this hump, and then we'll get back on track. So
I think he's allowed that though. I think he's allowed because sometimes we get too quick, like you said, even with like the Steve Nash thing. I think
get him out of there
so quick. I mean, and look, and as a Lakers fan, yo, so when I saw them chanting MVP while Russell Westbrook was shooting free throws, it really shows how quick people switch up.
They on that BS, man.
Y'all
have at least string some games. At least bring some wins before they start yelling MVP. Like, are you all serious?
I get it.
I actually 6 man a year chance, but MVP, come on now.
Like, I mean, but that's a whole lot to say. 6 man of the year. 6 man of the year. Yeah, dog. So I mean, I get it, but like that just goes to show you how quick people could switch up. So like with a Steve Kerr, okay, they lose to those teams. Do we start looking at, is he a bad coach? Man, look, man, any given day, everybody on every team in the NBA is in the NBA. So like if a Paolo or any of them decide to go off on that particular day, then they go off. Bobo.
Yeah.
Besides
he's looking nice.
Yeah, he's definitely developing the way I, hoped he would. And then the Pelicans, yes, that sounds crazy, but they ain't no slouch of a team, though.
I told you that was a sleeper team for me. I was like, the Pelicans looking.
When you right, you right.
Like Zion looking, if he can just stay healthy, man. To me, you don't even like. I love basketball to the point I don't care about if the Pelicans can make it to the finals. I just want to see a healthy Zion going crazy every night. That's all. Like, come on.
That's why they wanted him in the league. This dude will put, first off, as an entertainment or money making standpoint, this dude will put butts in seats. Like, we know that he does the windmill off the drop step and the 360. Like, he just jumps. He blocks it all the way to my house. And, he is an exciting player. So to see him healthy is every basketball player wants to look at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Every basketball fan loves looking at him.
Let me just tune in real quick, see what my boy Zion doing. Or let me go see his highlights after the game. We know it's some highlights. So it's one of those
let me see this Monstar. Let me see this Monstar go crazy for 48 minutes.
Man, and then and to me, I feel like he can either, and I don't want to pivot from like the Warriors, but I feel like Zion can go another level. Because right now,
oh yeah,
he playing like joyful, like happy, like he's back.
Yeah.
When he start getting angry,
what about when he puts on the?
I feel like he's gonna take it up another. He could take it up another level if he's like playing angry. He love the game still, but he's just playing like if Zion played like Giannis.
Once he finally starts going, I'm so happy to be playing basketball. When he switches from I'm happy to play basketball to we need that second spot. We need to win.
I'm coming for people
20 more games. I'm blocking everything. I'm shooting everything. Get out of my way. When we see him move into that,
like we're not just happy to be in the playoffs. We're trying to go to the finals.
I want to
get this exactly. Like when he start mentally shifting to that, I think that's when it's gonna be like, oh my God, MVP Zion off rip.
It's gonna be his Vegeta art. It's gonna be his it's my turn now. You thought it was easy, huh?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be crazy, man. Hopefully they keep the core of the Pelicans together and they all build together. Like
it's a good looking team.
Yeah, they got something.
And so, yeah, I think so. I said all that to say, like, I don't see at least that loss as like what should the Warriors be doing now? It's look, man, y'all took an L to a team that was just better that night. The Magic, that was a little surprising, but like I said, like honestly, for me, I don't start like taking the league too serious until maybe like floating around the Christmas game.
Yeah, I think that's the same with me. But to me, like,
but you need these games for sure.
That's what I say. Knowing like how your team is, like, are you able to accumulate all these wins on the back end? Like some teams, like I know, like myself, like Miami, like I know some teams need to have these easy wins. You
just
need to
in
win
case.
The easy games in the front because you ain't gonna be able to string 3 to 4 games, a win streak, win every other night type thing on the back end. So it's like you want to have a little buffer for yourself if you're gonna lose games on the back end after that Christmas break. So I'm like, those easy wins, you could be looking at the record, be like, man, now I'm in the play situation. If I just won against the Magic, maybe I would have been the 6th seed right now.
Yeah.
5th seed. So it's like it's stuff like that where I'm like, take every game serious because you don't know. And then hate to say it, but injury is also a part of the game. So the games you just, did show up for. Now you don't have nobody, somebody got injured, a critical person on the team. Now it's like, man, we got to shuffle to try to get these wins, and we overworking ourselves on,
Right. And that's where those overuse injuries start coming in. That's where the trying too hard because you're like, dude, we need this game against the Hawks. Like, or whatever, one of them type of team. Like, so like we need this win because we got to keep our over 500, and that's when people get hurt, man, on some dumb stuff. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think even then, I'm not even going to say all the way to Christmas, but we're only like 10 games in?
Yeah, 10.
About 10 games in. This is where you make your little initial, okay, here's where we do our adjustments. Here's this, here's that. Hey guys, 2 games back we did this. 3 games back we did this. Let's start making our adjustments. I don't see it as being too crazy now. There are some of those games where I'm like, y'all not supposed to lose that one for sure, but
right.
I don't know. It is surprising though. I mean, especially like I said, with the Magic. And there's been a lot of shocking wins throughout the whole league that I've been noticing. I mean, the fact that I knew the Bucks were gonna be good this year, but to still be undefeated.
And guess what? I mean, they don't even have Chris Middleton playing right now. I was like, he's still like to me, it's still a big piece, big factor for the Bucks. And it's like he's not even playing with the team, and they like they playing so well. Giannis is on the bench eating popcorn during the game.
Dude.
He is on the sideline just enjoying the game as a spectator while he's playing.
So now he resting. Now you got one of the best players in the league being able to get good rest because of your health, dude.
Hey man, I sent you that message on Instagram. I'm like, man, I think Giannis is the most likable player right now. It's like everything he does, how he plays, he just like, hey, I did my job.
Yeah.
Hey, we won the game. Hey, I'm just sitting back, living life. You know,
man. And he even tells you, hey, man, I can't shoot.
Yeah, I was like, he just playing around now. Like,
so if you try to say it, man, but Giannis can't even shoot. He's like, yeah, he told you that already.
I ain't impressed. We won the game still.
Okay.
I ain't impressed.
I can't do everything.
Yeah, man. Like I said, he is fun to watch, man, on and off the court. A breath, like a fresh air. Like he's like one of those, like, it's a joy to watch him play hard on the court and still like joking. Like you don't have to have that demeanor where you like, we just won, I'm ready for the next one. Like take the game in. Like he's still focused, but at the same time, he's like, you can tell he's enjoying playing basketball, especially alongside his brothers.
He loves where his life is at.
Yeah.
And he got his brother over there. I get to crack jokes with my brother, my literal blood brother, day one. I don't care if he ain't getting clocked.
Yeah.
I get to hang out with him. He's my safety blanket. Exactly. And maybe it's nepotism in the league because, he should probably be somewhere else. But, dude, I think...
Yeah, he definitely, like, I think as long as Giannis is on there, his brother going to be on that team.
Yeah, I think that's
like
in the
a
contract.
Huge trade that can be happen that included him, but I don't see that happening. But he's like, hey, I need one of my bros on the team with me.
That'd be...
two other brothers as well. So I'm like, and I think they all play basketball. So I was like, hey.
Oh, yeah, they all coming. They said the youngest one probably they was like, yo, our youngest brother's the best one.
Man, because they all have like a smaller frame. If the younger brothers can get some of that muscle that they know they can achieve.
Because we watched him do it. We watched Big Bro get
yeah,
swole.
I was like, Big Bro got swole quick, it looked like. And then his older brother, he got a little muscle on him too. Like I feel like if he had a little bit more skill wise, he could be on his own team as well. Like he ain't there. But
true.
Giannis for sure. Like I think if his younger brothers get to that same frame or half the frame of Giannis,
scary league, scary man.
Him, Victor, Bobo, like all them like 7-footers that they can just like long that can dribble, like that league is gonna be like a video game. You just watch
if Chet get big, like if we see all these 7-foot,
Chet ain't getting bigger.
He's not.
That's it for him.
His big is gonna be like right now, KD.
That's his peak.
Yeah, that's his peak.
Okay.
That's Chet's peak is right now, KD. That's
I can see maybe he can like define his body like with muscle, but to me, like his frame, it don't look like he gonna get bigger than that.
I mean, but what's the name look like that when he first came in?
Who?
Giannis.
Yeah. Yeah, but
when he first came in, that was a skinny,
Giannis, I don't know. He still didn't look as like.
I mean, he looked like he had the potential, but like.
And I don't know, because people's bodies is just, weird in itself. But sometimes you look at somebody and be like, no, he ain't getting no muscle on that. That's his frame.
That's real. But
and that's what he look like. Maybe he can prove us wrong. Hopefully he does. He look like a good player as well.
I do hope he. Yeah, I like his game. I just hope that when it comes to a lot of taller players, it's almost like it's so much easier to get hurt and snap something or whatever. I don't know exactly what that is. It could be where the muscle inserts in taller players, or also Marfan syndrome. Is that what that's called? Marfan's? Basically the same thing that Michael Phelps has. Basically their body like keeps growing too late. So like it looks cool. So like I got a kid that I train. Oh yeah. You seen him, that kid Thomas, Mac's son.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. It's one of my clients. He knows him. But so when you last saw Thomas, he was in like 7th or 8th grade, and he was like 6'1", something like that. Thomas right now is a freshman in high school, and he's 6'6". The doctor said he's going to keep growing. They're like, hey, he's supposed to stop right now, but his body is not. And so they want to check him more for morphins and all
goodness.
that. Yeah. And so
wasn't this the guy that wasn't really interested in sports too?
He's not. Dude, the East High basketball coaches are calling him like, yo, we got a spot for him. At least let him start out on the C team. We'll figure it out. Like, please.
Man.
So, I mean, because what? If he still has more time to grow, that means this kid's going to jump up to like 6'9", 6'10", and still be growing. But he's also thicker. So he at least has that. He has like the Nikola Jokic type of build. Whereas a lot of these players are tall and skinny and almost walk weird and look weird. You know, he's starting to grow into himself. So with that, I've even talked to doctors where they talk about how with those syndromes, your ligaments and your tendons don't grow the way like regular humans grow. So you're more susceptible to a quick ankle sprains, a quick tearing of your Achilles, quick off of nothing, regular everyday stuff. So it's harder for those taller players that look like that have that syndrome to have that. And I'm not saying Chet has that, but he kind of looked like it.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, they definitely got to put on the muscle, learn how to hire a really good trainer. I mean, don't gotta be me, but you know what I'm saying? Find one of them. Because you really have to work.
Plug yourself in.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all want to.
Are you looking for somebody, you know?
I know fit dentists, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully they do work with their frames because actually, you know what? I don't know. I mean, maybe this is like the new prototype of NBA player now.
How's that? I don't know if he got to work on his frame. Just had to make sure he's like, allow himself to play how his body allows him. Like, don't try to do stuff outside of your own body. Your body's type at that time. Like, if you think you can develop into a body where you want to do some more bang down low type activity, then you have to develop your body as such. Because if you're trying to bang with somebody and then you get backed up 10 feet, then you like, dang, I thought I was strong. I was like, you ain't NBA strong though.
Yeah, there's a difference, man. There's definitely a difference I've been seeing. I remember there was one more thing that you wanted to tell me about.
I know I want to talk about Luka real quick. Because Luka, 30 points. 30 points, 8 games in a row. Ties Wilt Chamberlain, I believe, for consecutive 30-point games. And I'm like, he the early MVP.
Playing like Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler got the same moves. And he's consistently killing everybody.
The way he be mixing people up in the like so close to the basket, like just bang, 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 in your face, like it just disrespectful. Like I don't like. I'd be mad.
Is it too early? Is it too early to say Luka for MVP?
It's not too early. I think.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with. Like if he, like I said, if he can maintain, I don't know if he can maintain the 30-point, but like that 27, 26, if he can maintain that and his team is successful, like you can't do that in your team 12th. Like that ain't gonna work.
But
if his team in the top 3, top 4, I think he can get the MVP this year. And to me, that's
I'd even take it if they 5 or 6. If they make the playoff, because they've been consistently making the playoffs. So you almost
they've been in that 5 or 6.
Yeah, so that's true. If he
range,
3 or 4,
if he elevates this year, even one standing, like I think that will give him to getting that point. But I think he definitely has to maintain the points and his assists. He can't just go out there and score as well. Now he effortlessly on the.
Well, I mean, his assists are looking good too.
They are. That's what I'm saying. But I think if he maintain that, I think he's gonna be in there for the MVP. But Jamaal on his heels as well. It's a whole bunch of people. Like it's so early. Everybody seems to be playing. Like if certain players on certain teams are playing well. Like there's so many people averaging like 30, like 29 right now. I'm like, where's this? I think Tatum averaging like 29, 30 as well. So I'm like, all these players are averaging so many like 30-point balls. So I'm like, we're gonna have to see. I think
it's one of those things.
It's gonna dip down because it's gonna be like the team's gonna rev up defense as well. So I was like,
right,
hey, you got your shots up now, but hey, now
learning,
your average about to go down.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like this is still early on in the season, so people are still gonna make their adjustments. They're still gonna figure out certain schemes of different teams and stuff like that. So yeah, we will see a lot of dwindling, but either way, I think he just is so good at slowing whatever y'all got going.
Yeah.
Y'all can speed up, try to make me. No, y'all gonna play my game. And that's one thing I really love about Luka is that dude brings the game to him.
Yep. And the only thing, like, the only like downside I see with his game, he hold the ball too much. Like, he has the ball so long in his possession, where it's like nobody else really.
It's
can
like
get
watching a street ball game.
Yeah, it's like you cool. Like, it's nice. It's really nice to see Luka go off. But I'm like, to me, if y'all get to the playoffs, I don't think this.
Oh, that doesn't work in the playoffs.
Like, he ain't gonna be able to, like, now he may win a series depending on who their matchup is, like playing like this, but I feel like you got to get some other people going, or other people got to be able to get their own shots without you making that pass to them. So
yeah.
So I feel like if they had another like true running mate with Luka, I think that would be the better scenario for them. I know Christian Wood and I think Tim Hardaway is coming back, or already came back. They are good parents, but I think they need like one more piece to really make them like a championship contender team.
What do you think? I mean, would it have to be a big?
I'm thinking like, I want to say like a small forward. I don't think a big, because Luka also control the paint so much. Like, as long as he has a bid that he could just kind of like throw the ball and they can dunk it. Like, you don't need a like
one of them catch and shoot.
One of those type. Yeah, you don't need like a well-known center to do that role. But I feel like he needs like another small forward or shooting guard. Somebody that he can just, hey, we bring up on the court, but how person can hit his own shot. He doesn't have to look for Luka to make them make.
Yeah, because after a while, if I put two on Luka and I have somebody kind of help and kind of block off a lane or something like that, then now it's harder for him to move, because I think that might be an adjustment. People will start bringing in the double teams or the traps or even running a good zone, because I know, well, they don't really run zone too much in the NBA, which I don't understand it. Or they don't really help as much, but they've been doing.
They run, like, teams run zone. It's just like they're in the run zone for like 5 minutes, 2 minutes here, and then they switch back to man or whatever.
Right.
Or they might do it for a quarter, but you will not. Dang. You probably won't see it like happen like the whole game or anything like that. It's usually like a team is beating them, and it's like, let's switch the zone so we can give them a new scheme to go through. But yeah. Or
even so, like, because then you'll see, like, I think, and this is also kind of going back to the Steve Nash point. One of the things that he did horrible, in my opinion, was the way he ran his defenses. There was way too many switches. There was way too many, like, the help, like, I don't know, like the helps would always come too late. They would switch too much, and people would know that. Oh, if he's got like think about this. If I'm Luka, and you got and you're bringing Patty Mills over to me, that's food.
Yeah,
because Patty Mills is guarding my one or two, and so I know that if I come over this way, Kyrie's going to force him to switch on me. So now I got Kyrie off, because we doing picks. If I set a quick pick, then I get a switch. Now I got food, and that happens. So and so that might be another reason. Like, I don't think that like Nash. I mean, I know it's real quick, but I know Nash's defensive coaching is kind of the hindering, and I think a lot of players saw that. So if a team is playing like that on a Luka, you got to like run through the screens and all that, because this dude's a killer.
Yeah,
this dude's a killer without the screen.
Like, going back, okay, we're gonna touch on Steve Nash real quick, and we're gonna get off. I know we feel like we're badgering, but it's like he's so new of a coach. He don't have no identity of what he likes. He got two superstars and basically said, "Y'all go do you."
Play basketball, guys.
That's why it's like he ain't got no identity. Like, what is he bringing to the team that the fans can see? That's what I'm saying. Like, some fans can see a coach and be like, "Oh, he focuses on offense. He focuses on defense."
Right.
You can't
like D'Antoni. If you have D'Antoni, y'all gonna be running. Y'all gonna be constantly back.
Like, it's 7 seconds offense. Like, he just gonna be like, "I need you all to score within the first 7 seconds, and then we back on defense." Right. It's the same. It's like, but we don't know that. We don't know Steve Nash's identity yet. So I'm like, I feel like he's trying to figure it out. But you figuring it out on superstars' time, and that's what
Right.
it's tough. So, but one thing I got to bring up is some Cavs. I don't know if you've been watching the Cavaliers or not, but they have been looking pretty good. I saw
Yeah.
the last game I saw was the Celtics versus the Cavs. They went to overtime. It was Darius Garland had like issue with his eye the first game of the season, and then he just came back in that Celtics game. They went to overtime. Garland had started off with hitting like hella threes in the first quarter. And then Donovan Mitchell came and picked up. I wanted Donovan Mitchell on the Miami Heat, so I got to talk about Donovan Mitchell. But
he going crazy, man.
that team looks pretty good. Like they look solidified to be a deep playoff team. I see them in the conference finals. Now, I don't know about finals. I feel like that's a stretch. I feel like they might need another year under their belt together.
To kind of adjust to it. But I mean, you have a lot of hungry. I mean, having Donovan Mitchell, who was moments, was like what was that, 2 years ago? Was that 2020 in the bubble?
Yeah.
He was one pass away from getting to the next round.
Yeah.
Those types of losses haunt your dreams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
his playoff, I mean, he lost pretty bad on some of these playoff, like pretty close losses. So it's like, man, I feel like one coming over to Eastern Conference might be helping them a little bit, but I think it's gonna be
I don't see them getting past the Bucks, but
the Bucks.
Or even do they beat the Celtics in a 7-game series?
That one is going to be a game 6, game 7. I can't say for right now if they can beat them, but I definitely can say it's going to be a good one. Ain't going to be no Celtics in 5 easily win. I think it's going to be a hard fought one. Right. They still got some bigs to do. And then Kevin Love can surprisingly give you buckets. He just had like 27, 29 the other night. So it's like he can still do a little something. So I think, and he's also, I don't think he played as many minutes every game. So he's resting for the playoffs, and he gets. If you have somebody off guard like a Kevin Love that come off the bench can give you like 20, 25, and you're not really game planning for him, I think that could be something
that
the Cavs can address use as well. And then tonight they play your team, the Lakers. I feel like that's gonna be a good I think that's gonna be a good meter for the Lakers. It's this team with the Cavs, because the Cavs is a young team. They running. Super quick. The offense is pretty quick as well. My homeboy, he a super Cavs fan. I mean, he's been there since forever. So I was like, to see his team actually do pretty well this season, man, I know he's ecstatic about that. But I think tonight, the Lakers today, I think the Lakers matchup with the Cavs is going to be a good one as well, because you also have each person at each position that can challenge the Lakers and trying to use them as their measuring stick, I would say, because you have the point guards. Westbrook can be like, can I measure up to these new point guards, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, with speed, the way they play. And then you also have the big men coming up like Evan Mobley, Jared Allen was an all-star as well. So are they able, like AD's like, hey, these are a little bit younger people, but let me still show them that I still, I was that caliber at the time. So I also feel like this can be a good measuring stick for both teams. I just don't know, now for LeBron, I don't know. I don't know about it equivalent, to be like, I don't think he has anybody to measure up to.
Oh, yeah, true.
LeBron is LeBron, but maybe another player on the other side be like, hey, this might be somebody I need to attack as well. So I think that's gonna be a good game. I think they got to be hungry on both ends.
I got a semi-hot take. I was just thinking about that while you said that, and this is friendly fire because it's my team.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we treat Anthony Davis the way we treat him?
Like negatively or
positively? Why do we think that he's that dude like that?
I think in the past we thought that he's shown that he was an all-star. But to me, after he
one season he showed that. And that was on the Pelicans.
Yeah, I would say after he got his ring, he got so complacent.
Okay, I'll give him that last season on the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
and that championship run season with the Lakers. Even then, when he played for the Lakers, it was little flashes of, okay, I'm that dude a little bit. I can shoot, but also play big down the post. And I'm a good defender. But it wasn't consistent enough for us to be talking the way we've been talking. And I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like his skill set for a big man. We just have so much like right now, if you have a big man on your team who can dribble, shoot the outside shot, can finish, can guard multiple positions, we just like everybody's just super hungry for that type of player right now.
Yeah, but it's like 80, and it's like,
but it's like 80. It has so much potential, like not potential, but it's like we know he can probably get back to that level. It's just, do he want to when he's healthy?
Can he for real? Can he for real? Because his body is made out of glass.
I think he can if his body holds up. Like he said, it's always a caveat. That's the thing. It's like, like if he was healthy, like he can, but also his mentality. I don't know if he got like that. I think he probably had a dog in him at one point in time. But once he got that ring, like I said, I feel like all that stuff, like his expectations for the league, the way he trained, like I don't think all that stuff went out the window. Like he don't care. Like he got his ring, he is satisfied. He like, I feel like if he was to be like take a truth serum or something like that, he would just say, "I want this ring and I'm done. Like I don't need nothing else to satisfy me in the league."
Yeah, because I don't know. Like even then, like I don't really feel like, I don't know. Like I watch him and I keep like, it's kind of like, what was I watching? Sometimes I'll watch a movie that everyone hypes up, and I'm like, are we watching the same movie? Or because I want to like this with you guys. I want to join in on this hype train, but I don't see it. I keep trying to make myself like Anthony Davis, and I'm just like, I don't, especially because he's a Laker.
And I think he got to be, if he's more consistent and contributes to winning, I think that's when people can see it, because right now we just see LeBron kind of handling still. And right now it's supposed to be, it honestly should be AD's team leading the pack right now, and LeBron is kind of on the rise.
I hate that we keep saying that. Why?
I think because it's just the age thing. It's like,
why did we ever look at him and say he can lead a team? When have we ever looked at AD and said that?
That's facts. I think when he was with the Pelicans, we thought he could have led that team. And so when he was like, let me pair him up with another star, when LeBron, starting to age, maybe AD can take that leap. But he hasn't proven it, and I don't see it happening now after he got the ring. If y'all did not win that ring against us in the bubble, Miami, come on. Okay. If y'all did not win, I feel like he would still be hungry right now.
I'm looking, honestly, I don't know, like, and everybody has their own it's kind of like when Dwight Howard in that Shannon Sharp interview was saying, like, what, because I smile, y'all don't take me seriously and this and that. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe I'm doing the same thing with AD, but I've never seen him look like a leader. I've seen him ball out a game or two. I've seen him have I've seen him have some good stretches. Mm-hmm. Sure. But I haven't seen him look like a leader. There are certain people that you look at and you go, oh, I've seen him lead a team successful. Gotcha. I've seen Chris Paul. You watch the little things that he does, the way he talks to players in the huddle or off to the side, or of course LeBron, the way Kobe or you see the actual leaders lead. And I've never seen him in that I look like a leader position. I've seen him ball. I've seen Jeremy Lin ball, but I've never thought, oh, Jeremy Lin's the leader of this team.
Gotcha. I think, okay, let me take it a step back. Okay, so I don't see AD being the leader of the team in terms of camaraderie and getting everybody together and like, hey, let's do this. I'm saying he lead them like points, rebounds, assists. Like he's that, like stat-wise, he should be the leader on that team. Yeah. Is what I'm saying. Because I feel like Bron's still going to be the leader on the team. But it's like, I think AD could take another step on the stat line, I would say. And
right. And that's what I was waiting on. I was waiting to see that.
Impact on the game. Yeah, it's not like, I don't feel like him being on the court, he's going to be able to lead his younger teammates and make them a better player while he plays. I don't see that. But I definitely see like he could potentially be a better player stat wise if he's more consistent and contribute more to winning. But like I said, to me, he don't have the hunger anymore. If he ever did, but
Right.
I think it's a wrap. I think uh I don't know when, but I feel like the Lakers might need to go ahead and start to hey get rid of like that's why I feel like they should go ahead and like when you see AD being so injury prone, like I feel like which one you gonna keep, LeBron or AD? You're gonna lean towards LeBron because of all that he brings. So I was
Right.
like, why not go ahead and get off of AD? You know, trade him when his value is a little bit higher. He's not as much injury prone.
Don't wait. Yeah.
You don't wait till he get injured and then be like, okay, he just came back. He looks good. Let's go ahead and trade him in the 2 weeks. He just came back. Go ahead and trade him while he's playing right now, consistent. Like he might not be no astronomical numbers, but at least he's like consistent enough to be on a decent team, like starting a team. So I'm like, go ahead and get him traded off. But to me, I don't know. I feel like they's gonna let it run. And also, I don't know
Yeah.
how much LeBron is vouching for AD as well.
I don't understand it. Maybe I mean, because look, maybe in practice we see a whole different dude. There's a whole different dude that we don't see, or maybe there's conversations that we aren't privy to. I don't see it,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
I don't see it, and it's hard. It's heartbreaking to a Lakers fan because it's like we're so used to. I mean, of course, we've had our slumps, here and there, but like we're so used to being a playoff team, to being, oh shoot, the Lakers could win it this year, and not be sounding like you're just talking out your ass,
Yeah, I think. I mean, to me, the issue with the Lakers, they have always been a championship or bust franchise. They also
Yes.
been win now franchise. Get the popular or get the biggest superstar they can franchise.
Showtime.
And that's like they don't like to develop the young players because right now you're looking at it. If LeBron,
like we don't have
AD,
time.
and Westbrook leave right now, y'all back in that slump, and that's where y'all leading to. So like as a Lakers fan, I'm like, yeah, I like to win. It's like I think the Lakers love to win right now, but it's like at the same time, I also like to be good for a couple years too. I don't want to be win now and then be like super bad out of the playoffs.
Right?
Like,
can we be a first round exit team and be fine? Like be like
all
okay,
y'all
good job, guys.
like some teams and fan bases are fine being like on the championship contending side. Some are just being like, I just like being in the playoffs, or hey, we make the playoffs every year. We make it exciting. Like we may have a chance to at least be in the playoffs every year.
If the Kings just make the playoffs this year, Kings fans will be the way I've felt when I watched Kobe win his 5th ring.
Yeah, it's like the expectation is different. That's why it's like,
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, because even talk to like some Lakers fans when they won in the bubble, it was like, because I was like, if we win against the Lakers, this is gonna be one of the biggest wins for Miami because it's the first win without LeBron after LeBron left, and also it's against LeBron as well.
Yeah.
But the Lakers fan was like, another one, and I'm like, what? This is not. So I'm like, I think it's the expectation of the fans and stuff like that, and just different. But I feel like however long LeBron got, 3-4 years, whatever, trying to play with his sons, whatever. Once he's out, that Lakers franchise, unless they get some good trades and some good picks, I don't see them like be able to rebuild as fast to get to that win now roster.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we got to make a lot of changes, got to almost overhaul, like renovate the team. I mean, it's to the point where a lot of Laker fans, a lot of people are just saying, change everybody, fire everybody. We need to all do everything. I need to do Towel Boy come in from Houston, like
put in that work, man.
Yeah, I need everybody new, but I get it. It's definitely on the grind and trying to adjust to new normals. I mean, Westbrook, and I'll say it, man. I bashed him last week, but he's starting to show the Westbrook that I was used to.
Okay.
He's starting to finally get on it. I'm not about to yell MVP during free throws with the rest of the people.
You bet not, bro. I'm
not doing that.
Way.
I may do that as a joke, but honestly, I'm not gonna call him that. That's crazy. But I'm very much so happy seeing his adjustments being made and him feeling the game again. I'm seeing him getting happy, and I'm seeing him and Pat Bev celebrating together and stuff. They finally starting to. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they didn't have some talks.
Yeah,
But I'm at least liking the potential. I'm not saying Lakers in 6, seriously. You know, but if we even get close, let's say we get a 9-10 seed. Realistically, if I step back away and stop thinking like the typical Laker fan, it'll be somewhat of a win for me. Because it's way better than the expectations. I'm almost thinking, at first I was thinking, oh, we're tanking. Okay, cool. We're waiting on Victor. All right. But I'd rather them at least show like what we can, because then you're also wasting good years on your body. This is a wasted season for people who are mostly over 30.
Yeah, it's like just LeBron's gonna pass Kareem in scoring year for Lakers. That's what it seems like. It's gonna be a huge achievement, but it's not like that's cool for LeBron. But what about the Lakers?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you look at things in a full context, you go, "Wow, okay, I guess that's a little weird." It's like when I think of Kobe's 81 game. Kobe scored 81 points in the game. When you think about the fact that they needed every single one of those 81 points for them to win that game against the Raptors, this is Jalen Rose Raptors. They were okay, but, so when you think about, like, so when you hear Kobe scored 81 points, you go, wow. But then when you think about that whole thing, like, y'all was kind of sucking if y'all needed him to score 81 points for y'all to win by, like, 2 or 4 points.
Yeah, they needed that. Like,
or even Devin Booker, when you think about how he scored, what did he score? Like 71 or something crazy?
Yeah, 70, I think.
70 points. Yeah, he dropped 70 points. It's like, wow, that's great. But they lost. So when you look at the broader scope of it, when you see this year, we'll say
you know how mad I'll be?
Man.
Score 70 points.
And we lost it. Man, so when you think of, wow, LeBron, he beat Kareem's record. Yeah, but they were a 12 seed that year. Or wait, what? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not that cool of a feat if they lose, like if we're losers still.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, at least this accolade will be, it's an individual accolade. It's not a Lakers or a team accolade. So at least his achievement will be, looked at as such. So they'll be like going through the different teams that he looks at, how many points he scored to each team and stuff like that. So to me, it's still gonna be like looked at like, oh my God, it was an amazing achievement. But as a Lakers fan or a Lakers franchise, you're still looking at it like, man, we still, all that scoring he did this year
for 14th,
we did not win.
14th in the West.
Yeah. So it's like, it's gonna be tough.
But what if he does that game what if he does that against, I don't know, the Kings? He does that against the Kings. We stop, we clap and all that. And then it comes out and the Kings beat us by 6.
Nah, if y'all lose the night he wins scoring title and y'all lose, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
That's what I'm saying.
I would definitely want to win the game that I'm gonna break the record. And I also think, like, I don't know, if I'm a defender, I don't want you to get this accolade on my. I don't want you to get this accolade on my team.
How does that point look? Is it a free throw? All right, sure.
Ooh, if you scored a point on me too. Ooh.
If you drop me on the step back, I'm on the ground looking up at you, and you hit that, the crowd goes crazy. They pause the game. I still got to gather myself and get up off the floor for that.
You catch a body. If you get like one of those, look at his palm to shoot a 3. Like if you get one like that way, like, man, that's
dunk on
Josh, like
Josh Collins or something. John Collins.
Yeah, John. But it's like everybody gonna be like, let's see his final points, or let's see the game that led to his passing of Kareem, and your team was that team. Like, that's gonna be forever. So
that point in particular, like
that point.
Yeah, like what if he get in his bag? He's like mixing it up, like crazy crossover, because he know, oh yeah, this one gonna be crazy. Yeah. Leave him there.
Man.
Turn around on it. Don't even look. Watch it go in.
That's gonna be crazy, man.
So now you on Sports Center looking crazy because
y'all wanted to play around and stuff, and now look at me.
Yeah, so I don't know. I really hope that like because of this season, they turn it around and at least make the playoffs or play well in the playoffs as well, because it's a big accomplishment. People are kind of like treating this like it's just kind of like a whatever type of thing. First
Yeah.
off, him and Kareem, they both played in the league a long time. Being able to do that, because yes, injuries could play a big part, but also for you to constantly be that dude for so long to where people still want you even in your later age, to where they're choosing you over a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Like they're
like
choosing a dude almost 40 over some 20-year-old kid from Duke or something,
hey,
like that's
you also think about the money that LeBron gonna be and the amount of fans that watch him as well. And it's like, I think LeBron about to push his record crazy. If he plays the next 4 years, like he's gonna be like, Kareem, you had it for 40 plus years, whatever. But it's gonna be like, ain't nobody touching this.
Because how do you stay in the league that long?
You got to come in at like 18. I think they're gonna be they're talking about removing that college eligibility and so that
taking it back to 18.
Yeah. So like, first you got to come in super young. You got to come in balling off rip. You can't rev up
be
and
big.
get your third year.
You got to be strong.
You can't start scoring crazy numbers in your 30. Like you got to start averaging 25 year one. And it's like, and then you got to still be consistent, healthy. I'll say consistent 20 plus years.
And like we said, he didn't even start missing games due to injury. He didn't start missing games due to injury until like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, honestly, when he got to the Lakers, when he really started falling apart.
Yeah, it's literally then. So there's so many things that have to go right for you to even get close, for you to get in the top 5. For you to get in the top 5 of scorers of all time, and like, because like when you think about how good, like how even just being really, really good isn't enough. Dwight Howard isn't in the league. Carmelo Anthony isn't playing. And these are players where you're like, yo, why isn't he on this team or that team? Like
Melo definitely should be coming off. Like he already proved like he's willing to come off the bench, so they definitely should be able to go ahead and someone go ahead and pick him up.
There's so many players that just aren't, that are cold. They just aren't playing right now.
Yeah, man.
So we know that like so many things have to go right for you to even be up to where LeBron is at. And to play for this long at this high of a level, like this many minutes.
Like honestly, like bro, we might not even see somebody pass him in our lifetime. That's how.
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely something.
How.
Yeah,
that's how this record gonna turn out to be. Like it's gonna be crazy.
It's gotta be some crazy looking kid from the future, 7'6", but moves like he's 6'1". It's gotta be some crazy new kid we ain't never seen before. Like,
I don't know, but also the way people are shooting threes and playing with the threes, like they're scoring a lot quicker as well. And I don't know, the people talked about the 4-point shot, but that's kind of like arcade, like that type of gameplay type stuff. But I don't see it transferring over to the NBA. But if it did, like I feel it has to be on their way. Somebody catch it quickly.
Yeah, because a lot of players
I feel that'd be
from
unfair.
way back there.
I feel like that had to be. That'd be kind of unfair.
The 4-point, yeah.
Oh, you got Curry, you got Dame, you got LeBron hitting no shots, but now it's like that's worth 4 points.
Yeah, well, because even if because even
fouled
now
on it, it's 5.
Yeah,
you won 5. You won a game on one shot.
You're right, man. Y'all was down.
You were down 3-4 points. Now you like. That's wild. I couldn't think of that.
Well, because even now, like, because that's what I'm starting to notice. Back in the day, when people would shoot half court shots, they'd all be heaves, like they just kind of like that.
Push now,
they pulling up, like they right in front of that 3-point line. They pulling up like it's a mid range jumper.
That kid, what's called it, younger LaMelo, when he was pointing at the half court, he just pulled up. I was like
a regular. And I've been seeing random kids doing that on Instagram like it's nothing. And, which is pretty cool. That's one of the tricks I used to do when I used to train kids basketball. I would shoot from half court like a free throw.
Mm-hmm.
But like, but it is something hard to do consistently and to do at the end of a game. But so you like the way, what's his name? De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
That half court, first off, so they were in his face. The fact that you have to guard people, you have to face guard somebody at half court is crazy now.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
he
at the end of the
pulled
game,
up.
so I can understand that one, but it's still like
Yeah.
crazy.
And the fact that like, oh, it's not like it's gonna be. You're like, no, he might
You got
actually make this.
You really got contested.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it ain't no.
Like,
was Paul George? That's a bad shot, bro. If they consistently shoot from here in practice,
exactly.
So yeah, I can see.
And a bad shot to them if they isn't a bad. The Arsenal, like it's gonna be
right.
That's something they can do. It ain't no bad shot to them if they're making a shot.
It's Shaq shooting a free throw is a bad shot. And that's just a free throw. Like if it's not in your Arsenal, it's not in your Arsenal. But a Dame Dollar from right there, hey, boy, you better be in his jersey.
Exactly.
So exactly. Yeah, I could see that. Man, that would be crazy though. 4-point line.
I mean, like they have it like thinking. I don't know. They had like an All-Star game or something like that. But yeah, like the All-Star.
They do that in Big Three.
Yeah, Big Three, like those type of things. I think that's what's gonna have to remain because I don't see it like going over well, crossing over to the NBA. It's like, man, all these points, like my 2 dunks.
Right. Yeah. Maybe like if you catch a body on a dunk, you get like a +1. They got that in like, what's it called?
That's too much.
What is that like in North Korea or something like that?
I remember
they got those special rules, like a dunk is worth 5, and I don't know.
Something about like also if you make a shot and it swishes, like if it doesn't touch the rim, it's worth a certain amount as well.
Oh yeah.
So, but I feel like you gotta have people watching every little thing, and then what constitutes as a body?
Yeah, like, that's
who
true.
says it's a body? Because some people be like, oh, he didn't really jump. He wanted to put his arm out. I was like, are you on that rim? That's a body. I don't care. Your pinky just out there. I call it a body.
See, because then you would try to then you would see a lot of people getting out the way because it's like, I'll let you just get this dunk off for the 2 as opposed to me jump up trying to contest it. And now, I don't know, the dunk with style is now worth 4 points or something crazy. So now you see a lot less.
That's all-star. That's all-star related.
Yeah. So you'd see a lot of people playing that all-star game defense. And you're like, man, this isn't what I'm watching this game and, made for.
Yeah, exactly.
y'all two games away, man. Quit playing. So yeah, that would be crazy. I don't even know how we even got onto that, but
exactly. Going on a little tangent.
yeah, man. But yeah.
Man, it might be that time.
Yeah. It's probably that time. Man, this is a good one. Be sure to we're gonna work on that. But I would say for the people, comment down below your top 10 PGs. Or if you can think of 10 people better than Kyrie, 10 point guards better than Kyrie, comment that down below.
Yeah, let us know some upcoming topics as well. What your thoughts on the podcast so far? I know we got a couple videos out already. Goods and bads, what we can work on. Future topics y'all want to hear us talk about as well. So
sure. And if you want to, come in, debate, talk stuff, let us know.
Yeah, we're working on trying to get guests and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can get some guests, famous ones, regular ones, just friends of the show. People that's gonna make you laugh, make you go, okay, I didn't think about that. So all that is coming. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. My page, Dino Fit Dennis.
Yeah, I got a JC2 Bless, and then we also got our IG page. We're kicking that off as a Match My Energy podcast as well. So, once we get it going, man, we will have all this stuff in the description as well. So, look out for it.
Yeah, link in the bio. And also be sure to hit the subscriptions. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor. Get those listens in and just be ready for a whole lot more. And so this was a good one today. Whether we talk like friends or I debate you like an energy, or I debate you like an enemy. It's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
All right, man.
All right, I'll let you.